Hello everyone, in today's video we're going to be taking a look at Feren OS. This is a Linux distribution and it's related to a previous video that I've done on the channel, an operating system called Phoenix Linux. I believe they are related projects anyway. So I'll just quickly give this, shall we give it 18 gigs of storage? I think we should. That'll be more than enough. And let's attach the ISO file and boot it up. So it's a great Linux distro for first-time users of Linux because of its similarities with the UI of Windows and Mac OS. And I'll just maximise this. And unlike some other Linux distros that are designed for people switching from other systems to Linux, Feren OS at the time of recording is completely free. So there are systems like, I believe one's called Feren OS that I reviewed quite a while ago, that, I'll ignore the Linux Mint boot screen, it's just based on Linux Mint. Yeah, but there are, like Feren OS for example, the full version of that, you have to pay for it. And this is a system that's pretty damn good for people switching from Windows to Linux, and it's a free alternative, so pretty good. And also the desktop environment is a customization of the Cinnamon DE desktop environment. However, in a few years time the project aims to use a new Qt based desktop environment, as this will make the system look like some of its futuristic concept art. So it also works on 32-bit systems, although I couldn't find the exact processor or RAM requirements for this version. And I believe it is just loaded, so let's just go ahead and install Feren OS now. Because of past experiences with Linux, live CDs in virtual machines never usually goes down very well. Right, so welcome screen's opened in the background. I'll just quickly close that, and we'll review this all once it's installed anyway. So let's just go ahead and continue. Third-party software, because that usually helps out with virtual machines. Don't ask me why, it just does in my experience. Raise disk and install Feren OS. Continue. And that's fine, I'm in the UK, yeah. And let's just do this. And the least secure password in the known universe. Oh, that's better. Log in automatically, continue. So where was I up to? I was up to the 32-bit systems part, wasn't I? Oh, it's a nice installer. So anyway, there's another version of Feren OS which I will review at a separate time, although I couldn't find the ISO file for this one. It's called Feren OS Lite, and it's a separate system to this that is designed for very old systems. However, as I say, if I can find that, I'll review that in another video. And there's also something which I'm really impressed about, because I've seen it demonstrated on YouTube and it is rather remarkable. It's a simple file transfer tool that can transfer your settings and even the Windows theme, which is pretty remarkable, and obviously all your personal files over to obviously Feren OS. And I do find that really impressive, especially with the theme. Because I've seen it done when people have transferred their files over from Windows 7 to obviously Feren OS, and the actual theme itself changes in Feren OS to look like Windows 7, which is pretty awesome. So anyway, the file transfer tool appears to work with computers that are running Windows 7 or later, although it might work with Vista and XP. Although I'm not quite sure of that. So anyway, that is the main features now talked about. I believe this is the traditional time to speed up the video and wait for this to install. Right, so the installation is now complete. Let's just go ahead and restart. Now let's see if it does what most other Linux distributions do, which say eject the boot medium, even though it has done automatically. And as you can see, it has. Although that's just a Linux thing, even Ubuntu does that. So I've still got the Linux Mint boot screen. Okay. So it has obviously finished installing. Now let's have a look through the thing here. Now let's see if we can go onto this one and see where them Windows themes are. So at the moment it's on Feren default. Well, this is good. Windows 8 and Windows 7 layout. Shall we try that? It might be doing something. I'll let it do what it wants to do. Okay. Not quite sure what happened then. What about Windows XP and Windows 2000? Oh, that's quite good. I like how it's done that. I mean, the start menu is the same. But yeah, it's even got Linux Mint, Mac OS X. Shall we see that? Put that away. That won't go away. Oh, that's good, because it's got the bar up the top there. I wonder if we can get that thing down the bottom. Might still be loading. Oh, but the theme has completely changed, look. We've even got these ones now. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. Let's close that one. I'm just going to be playing around with these themes for ages now, because this is really quite good. Yeah, I mean, like I said, the start menu is always the same. But, I don't know where that thing at the bottom went. How about Windows Vista, everyone's favourite? Because everyone loves Windows Vista, obviously. No, I don't know where that... I don't know what it's doing now. Here we go. Oh, and that is quite Vista-esque, actually. Hasn't got the sidebar, but... yeah, it's even got them funny buttons. Let's open something, shall we? Like... computer, for example. Yeah... does sort of remind you of Vista. Or the Ubuntu layout. I'm just gonna, yeah, you know, I'm just gonna be playing around with these themes for ages. This is just cool. And then it puts its start menu up there. I suppose this would be what the, well, I don't know if this is meant to be like the Unity theme. Although that would mean a much bigger start menu. Or the weird adapted GNOME one. Oh my goodness, they've even got a Windows 3.1 layout. If memory serves me correctly though, I think it had a bar across the top. Yeah. I mean, that was down there. Oh, I like that. Because then you've got maximise, minimise, and then you have to double click on... Well, you usually have to double click on this bit over here, but I have to do that and press close. Which one shall we go back to? Because I rather like that. Mac OS. I mean, I know we've done OS X, but I think that might be a different one actually. Yeah, no, I think that is the only one. And they've also got Chrome OS as well. Feren tablet mode, dark. It's interesting. Or Chrome OS. I just find this fascinating how they've actually managed to approximate the Windows theme so well. I mean, it does take a while to switch between them, and I'm not particularly surprised. I think it's had that it had that error message on for some reason. It doesn't want to go to the Chrome OS one for some reason, so let's just go back to the Feren OS one, because I like their theme anyway. Which is going to take some time. There we are. And that error with the software rendering mode thing has come back up again. I think that might just be because, like I say, it's in a virtual machine, so it occasionally suffers from unexpected side effects, which I don't think are the operating system's fault. Available themes. So it's got a load more themes here that you can download. It's pretty good. That one looks nice. It's very nice indeed. And miscellaneous. Use dark theme. It's good. So anyway, that is the themes done. And I must say, I think the themes are my favourite part of this system already. I mean, there's more stuff on the welcome screen which might be interesting. And yeah, built-in security, box standard Linux thingies. Yeah. So I mean, we've got the Vivaldi browser, VLC, and I think it said it comes with WPS Office, but I think it actually comes with LibreOffice. Yes, it does. So I don't know why it said WPS on the installer, because that's what I seem to remember seeing anyway. So, let's see what applications they've got on here. Apparently they've got VLC as well, which is nice, because we all like VLC. Disks, which is, well, that's even in Ubuntu, so pretty bog standard Linux application. So I'll see what screensavers they've got as well. I don't know why I like looking at screensavers. Blimey, they've got lots. Right, well, emulates. Oh, that's interesting. Emulates a 6502 microprocessor. Oh my goodness. So it emulates programs that run on that process. You know what, this is just interesting. I could sit here all day and just look at all of these weird weird systems. And I believe that's a 5.25 inch floppy diskette, not a 3.25, because of how small the person's hand is compared to the floppy disk. Oh my gosh. I mean, I do find this fascinating. Just all the weird and wonderful stuff which you can find in these systems. That's strange. So anyway, it does come with VLC, Vivaldi browser, very nice indeed. If you haven't ever tried out the Vivaldi browser, I suggest you do. I've got that installed on this computer, which I'm actually using outside of the VM, and that is very nice. So yeah, I mean, I do like the themes which they've got installed, which, as you have already probably could tell, is my favourite part. And unlike most other systems, it's got VLC pre-installed, so I can't demonstrate installing VLC. And I believe it's already got Firefox installed as well. What about Audacity? That's a nice program. Let's install that and see what the installers are like. Because I tend to do this. Additional software has to be installed. Please take a look at the list. There's a list. Well, fair enough. Let's just press continue. Authenticate. And it's installing Audacity. I'm not sure why it needs to install them other programs. It's funny actually, because I believe this is the Linux Mint Software Center, seeing as it's got the actual Linux Mint theme on the program details. Although it's got different themes on all of them actually. So let's just go ahead and launch this and see if it works. Well, yeah, it seems to work just fine. Let's see what version that is. I think that's the latest version anyway. So yeah, it can install programs just fine, and I believe that is the Linux Mint Software Center. Although, there's only one way to find out, I suppose. Is it that bit over here? There we are. Mint install. Yes. That's either based on the Linux Mint Software Center or it is the Linux Mint Software Center. But either way, I think they've done a really good job by importing quite a few things over from Linux Mint, because that is a very stable system anyway. And I do like the way everything's laid out. Let's go into system settings and see what they've got there. Effects. I mean, I could be sitting on this system for hours and hours and hours. There's just so much. There's so much stuff to it. Workspaces, window tiling, and that's that firewall that I saw earlier on. Let's put in that least secure password again. Yes, it's this one. So if I move this out of the way so you can see it properly. Well, don't want to snap it to the side of the screen. I wonder if this is actually made by the person. Oh no, this is another firewall that's been incorporated into it. But yeah, I mean, it's just a really simple firewall program, that one. And that was shown up on the installer as well. Driver manager, printers. I mean, this, in a way, it sort of reminds me of the Ubuntu settings menu. I mean, I don't usually use Linux Mint. But yeah. I mean, this could be what the Linux Mint one looks like, but in my opinion it also looks a bit like the Ubuntu one, except with more modern looking icons. So anyway, I believe that's just about it. I mean, we could have a look at some of the background, shall we? I do like looking at the backgrounds. Cool, decent photography. Oh, I wonder where they got that one from. That looks very similar to the Windows XP Bliss theme with that hill. That is rather good. So anyway, I'm going to leave it on that one actually, because I rather like that one. And, I mean, I believe that's it. Most of this video has just been playing around with the themes. And I have actually really enjoyed using this, because it's just such a fun system with so many things hidden away inside it. Oh, an update policy. Always update everything. Yeah, so anyway, it's got so many weird and wonderful things inside it, which you just sort of have to discover as you go along. And I really do like it when a system's like that, because it makes it fun and it makes it interesting. And I mean, as I say, within Windows 7, Windows 10, even Windows 2000 and XP themes, it looks, and you can even go on, like, I believe they're fan-made themes as well when it downloaded those extra ones, and it's just so good for people who decide they want something different, either because of the Microsoft privacy scandal or because they simply are they just want to try something new. And I believe this is a perfect alternative to that as well. And I believe Linux.com, I believe it was, made a review of this system as well, and I think they said something along the lines of, as well as being a good system for first-time Linux users, is also a good alternative to any other Linux distribution. And I mean, I have to agree, actually. I wouldn't be surprised if in, well, a matter of a few years that this gets up to Ubuntu's level, because it is incredibly stable, it's installed just fine, and it's blooming modern as well. I mean, who knew that just like sticking a clock up there and keeping themes that are very similar to the Windows themes within the system would just make it so much more user-friendly. I mean, I really do like this one, and I like their logo as well, which I believe is some sort of bird. So anyway, I believe that just about wraps it up for this video, because if I check on my phone how long this has been recording for, yes, nearly half an hour. Obviously that will go down once I speed up the installation part, but that's about it for today. I really do hope you enjoyed this video, and you know what, I probably will be using this on other computers that I'll eventually get, because I mean, I've been looking on eBay, and this is from my regular subscribers anyway. I've been looking on eBay, and I'm thinking about buying a computer that I've seen on there, so I'll probably end up installing this on that computer, because, well, it's a modernish computer anyway, but that's for a completely separate video, and I'll probably stick this system on it anyway, because it looks like it's got a dodgy installation of Windows Vista, and we can't have that, can we? So anyway, until the next video, I do hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and if you want to support my channel, you can do so not by giving it any money, but by simply subscribing to it to give me some more motivation to make new ones. And until the next video, I do hope you enjoyed this one, and goodbye.